kind of like, huh, and ask those questions. Now, if it's a capital improvement plan, like if it's something that's a big ticket item, I believe that like if we can get the course in the operation and maintenance side to break even, great. Then we have done our job. I think that's fiscally conservative, good government. And now if it's a CIP, so let's say it's like Jake needs a brand new mower. To me, that's a capital improvement plan, or that's a piece of equipment. Because the problem with Jake's, not the problem, it is a problem. Anything golf related, it's expensive. Like I can go buy probably 6 mowers for the parks for one of the ones that on Jake's. I mean, they all have different specialities to them. So those are a hard thing to people to quantify as well. And I think those are the things that in my brain, if we can get, so we did and Tiff will get you guys this too. She kind of did a breakdown. I wanted a kind of a master plan of like how we get closer to breaking even, but also knowing this is an amenity. This is something that it brings businesses to Mountain Home when they. I'll be honest. When we go out and recruit, 99% of the time the business goes, "What's their stuff for my people to do?" You know, affordable housing, library, cemetery, if you can believe that one, parks, and a golf course. Now, if we had what do you call it, like a Y. You always ask if we have something like that as well. And so those are kind of this is my brain just reaching out to you guys right now, setting like what my vision, but like I said, you guys are going to have your own vision, and your Councilman Sanders going to have his own vision, and Jake's going to have his, and Chris is going to have his own vision. So those are the things that we all have to marry up those all together and make this. I think we have a phenomenal course for the money that we spend on that course. There are always going to be hiccups, guys, too. And then like last year was a one-off with the greens. And Jake can expand on that one. And that's the things that a lot of people don't know about the green situation. I've been here 24 or 5 years and never had a green issue that Jake had. And it's a one-off, and he can explain all that. And it takes a special person to know what that is. And so you guys got a good guy over here. So with that, I'm going to be quiet and let Councilman Sanders take the rest of this over and let you guys do your thing. But I just want you guys to know I appreciate you, taking your time. That shows to me that you guys care about the course. You guys want to see it do good, and I think we all can agree that it's a great amenity for the city of Mountain Home, and it's a great amenity for the citizens of Mountain Home too. So I appreciate you taking your time, especially like you'll get in here and you're gonna say you're gonna pick your vice, your chairman, and you're gonna pick your times. You don't have to meet on a Thursday. You don't have to. You can pick what you want, and that'll be what you guys want. What's convenient for you guys. Is right now we are taking your time, and I know your time is valuable, and there's things that we all think that is more important than other things, but you guys taking your time right now, that's seasoned and that's impactful, and I appreciate it. Speaking on behalf of the city and council too. So with that, I'll be quiet. I know I just took a lot of your time right now, but I appreciate y'all. Councilman Sanders.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to restart an amazing adventure. It will be a bit of a roller coaster, but tonight it's just to say it's official. And saying it's official means you got to follow the rules that come with it. One of those is the public open meetings law. So bear in mind we have that to work with as we go forward, which means you'll be operating, because once we finish this agenda tonight, it's no longer I'm your liaison. I am not your leader. You are your own leaders, and you're about to establish them. I'm here to provide you input and to try to guide you in the right direction for the actions to take when it comes to administrative things you want to move forward. But beyond that, I will be very guarded as to what my input is, because I do not want to be seen as someone trying to sway what you guys come up with. That's not my role as your liaison. So that being said, Jake, do you have any issues or items you want to bring forward? I'm looking at item 5 right now, which is city input or issues, and it's from staff or elected officials.
I think I'm good. I'm just curious to see
I was all gonna go, so we'll just wait till maybe next meeting. And any other elected officials or staff in the room that has any issues they wanna bring up? This may be your one only chance for an open forum with this group.
I've got a question. I know they just put a new pump in, so is that gonna put us already in the negative?
We had budgeted it last year. It's all paid for. It was correct me if I'm wrong, $297, and we used a local contractor, Big Net, to put it in, and it's running phenomenally. It saved 4 hours of watering time, if I'm correct-ish.
So, on my program, I have the opportunity, or I have the ability to do dry runs, which shows me what I'm watering without actually watering. So, like, let's say in the heat of like August, when you put down the most water, if I was to water everything at its max, I never have, because it would go from 8:30 at night to like 1 in the afternoon the next day. So I've never done that. But doing a dry run and doing that starting at 9, it ends at 6. So I have the ability to do that because we have bigger pumps and stuff, and it's running a lot more efficient, and so it's gonna be nice. So it's much needed.
And it's already paid for, so that makes it nice, or it's already been budgeted.
So the $297 was out of the last year's budget that we had cash carried over into this one, and then the $311 is the transfer, and that's quintessentially operation maintenance, all the heavy lifts, all the just to keep it going. I foresee with the new model that we've put together, I think we can get it down with some working to around, I think I was about 147,000. Best guesstimation. These are just best guesstimation numbers, but then we also modeled some other things. So more to follow on that. Like I said, we'll let you guys get going, but there'll be more to follow that. I think I can get it down even further, like to around 45,000. So I think we're going the right direction.
Everybody all right with that? Good so far? And let's go ahead down to item 6. Let's go ahead and get some of the administrative stuff out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, up for item 6, number 1, a discussion action item is to appoint a chairperson. That needs to be amongst the named members of the committee. You guys may do it in whatever manner you would like, but somebody's going to have to take the mantle of chairperson. So I guess I'll start off simple. Any volunteers?
I think that one thing that, maybe just not all of us are familiar with each other, maybe a little bit of background on why we volunteered for this job, or for this position. I know that we're all here on the same goal, but maybe a little background on who we are and why this is important to us. I don't know if it's any value to you guys, but it's up to you guys. So
Actually, it's up to you guys. I think it'd be a great idea, but I'm the one totally guiding the meeting, so.
that's why I was looking around. But
Okay, go for it. Start.
so obviously,
3 minutes of fame for everybody.
yep, yeah. So obviously, my name's Alex Rodriguez. Born and raised here in Mountain Home. Went to high school here, graduated. Moving forward, golfed my whole life. Golf course means a lot to me, a lot to my family. Took over the president role for the men's league, and I want to continue to see the growth in this golf course. And obviously, the thing with golf is at its all-time high right now. So, I want to make sure that the kids coming through through Mountain Home, where they have something to do and an option to grow. And I don't want it to be shut down or left in kind of shambles. And I know it ain't going to get shut down, but we need to make sure that this is a place that people want to come out to and move forward. So that's why I wanted to join and have a say and work with everybody that's hopefully on the same goal. So
Yeah, I echo that. My name is Scott Lassell. I've been here for 26 years now. The first thing I did when I got into town was actually join the golf league. That was like kind of a given because I was an not forever. But I agree with Alex. I think that just in the last few years we saw a glimpse of what this golf course can actually be. And of course we had a couple hiccups, but I think we can get it back. And that is my hope, that we get it back going successfully again.
My name is Anthony Hooper. I grew up in Grandview, Idaho. I'm Alex's cousin. I'm currently on the outsider. I know there was maybe some whispers in the community about I don't live here, and I don't. I live in Boise. But I am fully ingrained in this community. So I am a sales associate for Shamrock Foods, and all of my customer clientele is the Mountain Home Market. So pretty much every restaurant in town, I come and see them every day. And then I'm also the vice president of the men's league. So when we thought we might lose it last year, me and Alex talked about stepping up and trying to keep that alive and keep it going. I've been a member of the men's league at Desert Canyon for the last 5 years. Part of the community, except my mom's the manager of the UPS store. My uncle's lived here his whole life. I've been around here. Growing up in Grandview, I would come and golf here, and I would come to Mountain Home to play Mountain Home golf. I also had a good background in sales. I have a background in golf retail. So I'm a certified club fitter. I work at Moonlight Golf Galaxy and exporting goods. So I've been in that space for the last few years. And I also have some experience working at a pro shops and helping run tournaments and things like that. So I do that kind of hobby side, and then like I said, work in the sales industry for a food service. I'm excited to help.
Guess I'll go next. I'm Chris Eastman. I'm a graduate of Mountain Home in 1980. I left Two River Golf Scholarship. Played golf at ISU. Turned professional in 1985. I've been a PGA Life member since 1993. My family teachers here for 30 years. I recently moved back home.
Okay. I'm May Beaver, and I've been here in Mountain Home for 47 years. Started golfing probably about 15 years ago, and I've been around when the golf course was not much and gone through a few hiccups, and I appreciate the way it is now. It's wonderful. I know we got hiccups right now, but I'm ready for us to move forward and let's get things straightened out. And like Mayor Sykes says, let's stop the rumors. Let's just have facts. And I'm president of the Women's Association.
My turn. I'm Brenda Schwartz. I went to first grade here and then left. I'm Air Force brat, married Air Force. Came back in 2011, started my own business here in town. Recently closed that down and retired. I'm treasury of the Women's Association, have been for the last 8 years, I believe. I believe that the golf course has been a lot of downward slides, and we need to get it back and in a positive light versus a negative light. And that's why I'm here, because I'm positive.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You guys, well, I'm not on the board, but do you want me to go ahead?
Oh, please.
I mean, you guys are looking at me if you want me to. So, Jake Olson, Golf Course Superintendent. Been the superintendent since February 2014. Been in the golf industry for, I think this is my 27th year now. My family moved here for the job. We live in Glens Ferry right now. My wife teaches kindergarten down there. We have 4 kids. They're all sports and doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I guess going back to the question, is there any volunteers for chairperson?
I would like to volunteer.
Second.
Anyone else?
No.
Double checking.
Like it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
And by acclamation of the committee, you are chairperson.
Positive Brenda.
Let me take the agenda off to you.
For the remaining of it?
Your meeting.
All right. Is there any volunteers for vice chair?
I'll be vice chair.
So
And then what about secretary? Pending city ordinance change. Can you explain that, Doctor?
There is, and Scott, help me correct me if I get this wrong. There's a move in place to begin recording all the meetings. And if that becomes the case, then a formal secretary may not be required.
Yes. Through ordinance in Title I right now, we really only capture city council and planning and zoning. Those were the big ones due to land use. What was really important to capture for the public record and for public interest. There is council interest to record going forward. If that changes, there is a likelihood that either we're going to have to fund someone to in-house with the city of Mountain Home as staff who knows how to run AV to come record those things, or the concept of perhaps training somebody who might sit on such a board to run that. There's a little bit of risk and question in that, so kind of unsettled at the moment, but there's no harm in, I see no harm in applying the secretary role.
I think right now the best thing to do, just a recommendation, is go ahead as the agenda request. You appoint the secretary. Now the amount of minutes that are required is basically just to summarize the actions taken during this meeting for reporting purposes. Should the ordinance change, then those responsibilities can be redefined based on how the ordinance gets changed. But just in case that doesn't happen, you guys would be well served to have a secretary who would be keeping notes of these meetings. Right now we've got audio recording going on, but still, this is technology. If you trust technology, then you love Facebook for all the wrong reasons. And so I would recommend having a secretary and having them make some very brief notes for each of the items that come up on the agenda.
Is there a volunteer secretary?
No.
Not all at once.
That taking note is a lot. I know it is.
Let ChatGPT rewrite the recording. There's technology for you.
And I'll give it a try. I'm not very good. I've never done it, but we
You'll be
can.
fine, man.
We'll shoot at it.
Let me just clarify, if it's recorded and all documented there, then it's kind of a role that seems like it may be just an case rule.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so in the context of advisory committees, and then the more formal planning and zoning, or urban renewal, library, typically what you'll expect out of that is somebody to take like meeting minutes that are in accordance with the agenda. So as you go through, say, item 6, where you're at now, you would capture the notes of who has been appointed as chair, vice chair, secretary, and so on, and capture those, and then we'll have those meeting minutes produced in kind of a more official manner through the clerk's office. Those will get recorded into advisory committee meeting minutes that will get presented to the council just for knowledge, but as well those will be, once they're formalized by, say, you do the meeting minutes after this meeting today, at the next point that you need, those will be kind of ratified by the committee, and then you'll be able to present those back to the city and say, okay, here's our official capture of how that meeting went. And then we have some space on the city website where we capture agendas and meeting minutes for each advisory committee.
Okay.
It is also being voice recorded.
Yeah, and which is very helpful for
I second
staff.
Brenda be secretary.
May.
Oh, you're sorry.
I can't do everything.
See, I've already messed you up.
I'd give it to her too. She can have no balls. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so and then the requirements are, can we meet more than monthly, Decker, or is it monthly the max min?
It's on the second page, it's like a 225.
One regular meeting each month.
Up to 10, looks like what it says for the year.
Each month, or not less than
Not
10.
less than 10.
Oh, yeah.
So that was our kind of question of clarification, is if needed, to maybe just prioritize out or bring other things to attention, we would be able to call a secondary meeting out a month or something. Okay.
Yeah, as a new group, we need to meet
Yeah.
often as the season is coming.
Yes. Okay. Is Thursdays? Is Thursdays any?
No, I don't like Thursdays.
No, like Thursdays.
We
Okay.
volunteer at the Elks on
On Thursday.
Thursdays.
Yeah, and I just wanted food for that. So.
So Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no problem.
Okay.
But Thursdays are, because we do volunteer.
Okay, and then Wednesday night's our men's league night.
Yeah.
So
Tuesday night you guys play, right?
We don't play.
We have a league
You
on
guys have a,
Tuesdays.
but you guys play in the mornings, I think. So.
We have morning Tuesday, night Tuesday, and morning Thursday.
Okay. I would say, yeah, I would
Say Tuesdays probably.
Tuesday. We can shoot for it and do it and see how it is, and if it becomes a hiccup, we can negotiate and talk about it again.
Folks, I hate to interject. We're both, Scott and I are tag teaming on this one because depending upon which Tuesday you pick, you might have to have a different location than this one.
Oh, yeah.
Mondays would be good then.
Yeah, Tuesdays, every second and fourth Tuesday, the council meets in these chambers. Planning and zoning used to be twice a month. It's been whittled down to once a month, but through the building season, that might need to come back as twice a month, and those run opposite Tuesdays from us on first and third Tuesday. So Tuesdays are kind of rough for this room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't do it because
When did you say the first and
Tuesday.
third Tuesday?
First and third is planning and zoning, second and fourth is
city council.
So Tuesday evenings are kind of booked for this room.
Okay.
How does Monday sound for everybody then?
Perfect.
Monday's good with me.
So Monday, May 4th is first available Monday.
Okay.
Now, do take note of the second paragraph as well. Your regular meetings cannot be any earlier than 6 p.m. So as you go to set time, keep that requirement in mind, please.
So we're doing once a month on Monday.
Right now.
Yep. And I would say let's get as soon as possible, so the first Monday of May, which is the 4th.
May
right?
4th?
May 4th.
May 4th, 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
Okay.
6 p.m.
You want 6?
6.
Okay,
Earlier the better.
that's fine.
Is there anything, so I think that moves us to item 7. Is there anything any members of the council would like us to set for that first meeting? That's on their mind or their priority for them?
Have you guys seen the financials?
No, nothing. So hopefully by next meeting, they'll get it out to us.
So
That's
that would
what
be
Rich Sykes was saying.
up to you to follow up with Tiffany, I would assume.
To have the financials ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, when we say financials, how extensive are you asking for?
Well, for me, what I've been thinking about since kind of thinking about this board is where are we at? So I just Mayor Sykes said something about breaking even would be a success. So where are we at in that aspect? And establishing where we want to be. And then what metrics and goals and how do we measure that? So if there's a portion of that that's financial success, we'll be that defined. What does that mean? Or what does that mean to the city and the council? So does that mean the financials, are we saying, are we in the hole? We just need to know where, my opinion, where is that? What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm going to tag team you on this too, but to my understanding, you'd almost have to go back into the last century to find a year where the city did not wind up supplementing at some level general funds to the golf course. It has not, to my knowledge, ever operated in the black, as we know black being paying for itself.
So let's clarify. I would want to know what the P&L is, but not detailed. But say, how far off are we to that?
What's our cost?
Yeah.
What is our burden of the golf course right now? What is our cost of things how
much is a supplement?
Yeah.
If I may, it might be valuable to capture the revenue and expense pages, which are separate sheets that are presented to the council during our budget.
Yeah, just simple.
It may be helpful to have both of those sheets independently, maybe going back several years, so you kind of see some of the more recent history, and those sheets each will show what sources of revenue, projections there are over that time period, what the actuals are, and then what the actuals and expenditure. And the expenditure side is really tied to and explains a lot about what functions are paid for by each budget line. And then you can also get an idea of what the capital improvement plan is. So if Jake needs new equipment, as the mayor threw the example out there, that you'll be able to see what those things were budgeted for through whatever years you select.
Yeah.
Those two sheets are pretty valuable.
Yeah, so I think we define it as rev, expenses, budget, versus all that. Yeah. And then that way we know, and then just maybe an update on where we're tracking, just so we can measure if we're succeeding or.
Do we want to look at history though, or do we?
No,
I think we just start moving forward from this year, saying, okay, what is our expenses this year, current state?
Exactly.
Our expenses this year, and where we're at current state, and how do we get to getting into the black, right?
Yeah, make our goal to get.
Let's put everything in the past, and let's just move forward and how we can help them.
Right, because it's not.
Can't change yesterday.
Right, exactly.
There are some implications from history, however, that for the capital improvement plan, items that are set out in nature for either this budget cycle, which has already been ratified and adopted by council, what is to come in the coming years for the requests for any capital improvement, whether that's regarding the clubhouse, equipment, those kind of things. Those are also captured in that historical. That also is not just historical. It is future looking in that sense to get an idea of what those expenses are going to look like.
So I guess having the old information is great, but I think as a council we should be looking forward and saying, okay, this is some of the stuff that is going on to this year, or was subsidized last year, but was applying to this year, and now this is where we gotta go. So I agree.
And I say financials defined as such for applicable to us, right? How we measure out whether we have a positive effect on the course. And there's a couple other items too. It's just my opinion, but I think that's just not the complete picture of whether or how we define success. I'd also like to figure out a mechanism how do we gauge community involvement? How do we gauge community experience with the golf course? How do we gauge customer experience with the golf course? Finances are great, but they're also a result of the other two, in my opinion.
Right, but that's something we bring up when we're sitting down. As a committee, what our goals are and what we need to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying that we need to have that for us next week. That's on the agenda item. How do we define that?
Right.
Yeah.
Do we have a pro or somebody that is going to be there? aren't there?
City hasn't hired a pro.
Go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is Chris has been hired on a seasonal basis to help with his PJ Pro background.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get some junior programs going,
Okay,
teaching.
that will help.
So you have not been hired as a pro?
No, I'm a temporary
You're a what?
seasonal employee. So after meeting with the mayor, I'm going to line up some teaching programs. First, you guys are not familiar with PGA Hope. I'm PGA Hope certified. It's free for veterans. You guys are the best community in the United States to have that with what you have here. It has to be run through the PGA. It's paid through the PGA. It's free to veterans. It's a 6-week program to learn golf for new people that have never played golf.
What about Veterans Wise?
Anything affiliation with a veteran.
Okay.
There you go. So I've submitted an application. I've got to go through Rocky Mountain section for that. And that's got a Rocky Mountain section has to take it to national. I've currently been teaching that in Las Vegas for the last 3 years. It's a 1-5 ratio. It's a no-brainer. It's an hour-and-a-half class.
What's the projected date on possibly getting that?
Well, that's not going to really happen until next year. I've submitted it. The section has to take it to national. So I've been doing this for 3 years down in Las Vegas. I just finished doing a class. I came up here for seasonal type of employment, but I have quite an intensive teaching background. You guys can't afford my fees. Worked at Golf Galaxy for 12 years, and you know that with TrackMan.
I looked you up.
Yeah, you can Google me. I'm a top 10 instructor in the state of Nevada. Was in Golf Digest 2014, 15, 14, 15.
Were you the on-site PGA professional at Golf Galaxy in Vegas?
Yeah.
I think
I worked there 12 years.
Yeah, and then because even at Dick's, I think when they first opened, they hired a PGA pro in every golf department.
Yeah,
And
there
kinda
was
went away from
a
that.
good friend of mine, Buster Whitney, who passed away from Idaho, that was at Dick's and hooked up.
Yeah.
Cool. He's the one that got me the job.
Okay, so our agenda consists of financials, talking about what the future growth is with you.
Yeah, there's several type of programs that I'll try to have ready. I don't know if I can pull it off by the 4th, but I've got some ideas
Okay.
that I want to.
Yeah, the ideas
the ideas of
help.
the
Yeah,
table.
the
I need-
ideas are great. It's not just.
And Jake, do you need anything on the agenda?
No, I think I'll let you guys do your stuff for a little bit and just answer questions if you have any. I'll
Okay.
just be here in case you guys have questions for me or
I
something.
think I'd like to have at least the course maintenance side of things as well. I mean, what dates are going on and things that are happening at the golf course that you're maybe seeing, and how we can help with that, or what advice or anything that you need as well. I mean, of course, don't want to get to where the greens are happening again, and which, by the way, even with them punched, they are looking fantastic. So a lot better.
Yeah, I think that we need. Yeah, I think if I'm picking up what you're saying, I think that between like the leagues and what's going on, of course, and the maintenance, we need to just have an alignment of schedules.
Yep. So if you already have your schedule for the year, you need to. We'd like to talk.
I'll bring it. I have it. I'll bring it next time.
For all the tournaments and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yeah, because there's the club championship we got to look at as well. We got to look at maybe even member guests, as at least for the association side of things. We need to sit down and talk. And that could be obviously outside of this meeting, but some things that are happening is we got to look at the tournament schedules, meeting schedule for the course.
So I've
And
already
moving
dug
forward.
into that. I spent the last 2 days at the job. I
Okay.
just drove my RV up yesterday, and then I went and got my car today.
And you're going to be helping with the tournaments?
100%.
Awesome. So
Okay.
excited.
There's a lot of Saturday action.
Yes.
Every Saturday there's some type of event in June. There's only 2 events in May. There's 3 and there's some Fridays in there too. But
All July's booked except for the 4th.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
yeah,
But August doesn't have any tournaments
yeah,
right
because
now.
I realized it wasn't a men's club.
Championship.
Yeah, or men's member, ladies member. Why don't we have all this?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I also want to have a city introduce people to golf. So I kind of taken the role of being the teaching professional. Free reign. So the sky's unlimited.
Good.
Get
Sounds good.
my goal is to have every kid introduced to golf in elementary school.
And that helped a lot, I think, with our community and our high school and stuff, so.
Yeah, I was too late to become a golf coach.
But even outside of our community, Rimrock had 5 kids and out of Grandview come and play golf last year. Never had, I mean, I don't think they've ever had a program. You graduated from there, so.
It was good to see, and I did help with that team.
And then how do we pull kids from Glenns Ferry that don't even have a golf team as well and grow that? I mean, I could be wrong, Jake, but I know my niece goes to Glenns Ferry, my nieces, I should say.
They have anything with golf down there.
So how do we get some of those kids to be able to come up here and enjoy it and possibly move forward? So
Okay, so for the agenda items, let's recap again. I wrote down finances first, and then alignment with maintenance, and I wouldn't say maintenance and I'm just gonna call you Pro.
Well, I think we need to have some type of action plan for what we can do for.
Yeah, that's another thing I wrote down too. So part of the agenda, I was gonna say one. Well, first, I feel like we need to establish our purpose for ourselves that is in alignment with what the city council and mayor believe it to be. So align there, establish a purpose, establish some metrics to gauge that, and then there's a couple exercises from lean manufacturing that we could work through, develop a prioritization chart of what we want to accomplish, what we want to tackle, and then establish goals.
Because I think that'll make it all blend together
Right.
and it'll work with our
Right.
financials.
Right, and we're already going down the path of like ideas, Glenns Ferry coach, and tournaments involved like that. We can all prioritize that,
Getting
kind of
kids
separate that out.
involved
Yep.
And more tournaments. It used to be just a couple of years ago, every weekend was busy with tournaments and.
And I did get a copy of all the previous tournaments. I'm going to try to contact them. That's why I got to work with the council while I'm trying to. What are we going to do to get these people back? Yes.
Yeah, get that turned around and get them
That
back.
question.
well, how do you bring
New people, new agenda.
Okay.
Remember, Jeff?
No.
Championship.
Well, that was
So we'll have to get with you.
Usually, you guys, for the last, since I've been here, it's been the same, pretty much that second or third weekend, I guess, club championship. So I had scheduled verification after that, so you're going to want it in August.
Currently I have our Wednesday ending on the 5th, and I thought that the club champion, if we were to have one, would be that weekend.
Okay. We might want to try to get those booked on the calendar before
So
those dates.
when do
Someone
you do
goes in
that?
and puts a tournament.
August.
It's red. It's
11th
like
or something like that. Or no,
Yeah.
August 18th or something like that weekend, ain't it? 'Cause I think our league ended and the following week was.
it's the following Monday, Tuesday after club championship member guest. I can't remember which order those
Club championships. Or last one.
So it's right after that, and I think I'd have to go look at the calendar. I have it down, but it's already blocked out on the tournament calendar, so people can't go and make their tournament for a couple weeks after. But it's right after that. It's like, let's see. So
I wanna say it's the
it's
16th,
probably the
17th.
17th, 18th.
Or yeah, 17th, 18th.
Yeah, it's probably the 17th.
And I know you said you wanted that in August, but out of curiosity, if we moved it an extra week.
I don't want to push aerification back farther, because then
Okay.
it's going to be longer for it to hail in because of weather, right?
So current verification you just finished. When did you do that?
Last Monday.
Oh, that's looking great.
This Monday was a week for the front. It's horrible. It was rain the whole time. Horrible.
Potential lines. Well, the lines tournament's on. It's either on Friday or something.
Maybe Saturday.
Okay.
So
So this will be our alignment with maintenance pro and everything. This will be part of our agenda of next meeting, yeah? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I've got all the current. I created a calendar for all the current groups. So I know that Ladies Tuesday, Men's Wednesday, and everything starts in May.
Yeah.
So the 2nd, 9th, and 23rd, there's tournaments on Saturdays. We've got 84 players on the 9th. There's nothing on the 2nd. Sorry. 23rd, there's 3,644 players. We've got 12 to 16 players on the 16th. The Elks is on the 13th. We got the Chamber on the 100 players on the 20th. DM, I think it was DMC. I got initial on there. 132 players. In June,
You guys want copies of it? I think we can print
If
them
you
off.
could just pull that off.
Yeah,
we
we can
can
do it.
and we can go through
So
it
you
next
guys can
week.
all-
So,
Yeah,
we'll hash it out for you,
I can
Jen.
make something up for you.
Yeah, like 4th of July, sometimes they have the 4th of July pin.
I have black.
Yeah.
Flag tournament.
Yeah, that was
Tournament
the
for 4th of July.
No, that was fun.
Just getting people to come out
I got
and
ideas for you.
spend money at the golf course and get this stuff going again.
Okay, so I think we're at finances, alignment with maintenance and pro, develop our purpose, establish goals, establish a metric, how do we measure ourselves to get to those goals, and the prioritization chart, and then out of that prioritization chart will come the advice recommendations to the council on golf course improvement.
Just as a point of clarification, the advisory committees advise the mayor specifically. So when you address those things, make sure to address them to the
Okay.
mayor and staff.
So and that would be, actually, I would like, maybe we can use that here. Logistics. So our advice goes directly to me.
Correct. So
Okay.
in just for some clarification, and one of us can send this body the link to the ordinances as those recommendations occur. There are a few brief rules / suggestions about these things. That they're like the recording of the meeting minutes will be provided over to the city clerk from the secretary of this body. But when you do make a suggestion or recommendation to the mayor, that those, according to the ordinance, I'll read, shall be submitted in writing by the secretary to the city clerk within 10 days following the meeting that occurred. So you'll have some working time to formalize thoughts and verbiage and then present that over to the city clerk.
Yeah.
So Scott, on here, that thing that Tiffany printed out, duties and responsibilities,
I don't have whatever.
it says on C, it says golf course committee. The golf course committee shall have the duty and responsibility to suggest and make recommendations to the mayor, council, golf professional, and golf course superintendent concerning the development and the management of the municipal golf course.
So
Is that
just in the formality of sense, the agenda is run by the mayor for all intents and purposes. He is the parliamentarian of the meetings, and the city hall controls the agenda for the large part. Now your recommendations will be passed through
the mayor?
the mayor and that office. This is the mayor and clerk are where that gets centralized, and then it gets put in our package.
Is the mayor going to be part of every advisory meeting?
I doubt it.
In the experience of being in other advisory meetings, I would say less than likely.
Okay.
Only for the sense that, he'd be at meetings every night doing these things.
He
Now,
might right
I
now,
can't speak
but-
for him in that sense. If you request his presence, I would suggest doing so early enough. That
I think once we start having those recommendations, we can ask him to be a part of these and say, hey.
Does the mayor hold final authority over yay, nay, maybe on all recommendations? Or does that run, I guess, for context, or is that fed to the council and voted on by the council, or is it live and die with the mayor?
I will speak from my experience as a council person. Only when recommendations come in from an advisory committee, those get passed to the council on an agenda item to weigh and discuss. Now there's a handful of flyers about operational duties and that kind of stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, that will make it to an agenda item.
Okay.
For the
And then
council.
one request that I may have, so the council will vote on recommendations. One request that I would have is a feedback loop back to the advisory committee on, and maybe we're just part of the council meeting and we can hear the reasonings, but a feedback loop back to the advisory, why the advice or suggestion was denied or accepted. And then maybe some context and thoughts and recommendations.
Just some procedural and general understanding for your guys' knowledge. In the municipal budgeting realm, cities, municipalities across Idaho are bound to creating our budget and solidifying our budget once during the year. That the recommendations that you might bring may have financial impact. Right? I'm not going to guess on what your recommendations are, but keep in mind that the budget is set. Like say the current budget was set last summer, was enacted on October 1 as the beginning of the fiscal, and we're tied to that budget for all purposes until September 30. So
yeah, and this if we get that feedback from based on that, then that helps direct our next priority at the next meeting. Say, okay, well this suggestion was outside of our budget constraints. So we know where to direct our energy and focus for our next suggestions. Or this one, if it was, say it wasn't budgetary, for just hypothetical, this would negatively impact citizens of X, Y, and Z. That provides us good context of include the other groups to know what we think about it.
yes, and so as you formalize your recommendations to both the mayor and council as a body, my suggestion would be maybe put a financial impact estimate on there. Would this affect? Is this something that you would like to see as a body representing golfers on a future capital improvement plan, which would not be a today thing, but set out for the year or years ahead? Just in the general mindset of kind of understanding where your recommendation falls, whether it's a financial impact, an operational impact that doesn't impact finance, those kind of things.
I think I've had enough opinions.
Make a motion to adjourn for tonight.
I second that.
Hey. Yippee.
Thanks, everybody.
Can I? You say meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
And then we stop
Yeah.
the clock.
I'm not all up on the parliamentary procedures. So.
Yeah, now we're off the clock.
Are we supposed to sign this and pass it around?
Actually, that's for city council meetings, but
Yeah, it was
our
just
two
here.
were one
Yeah,
to speak, so we have the roll already.
Yeah.
Yes, first couple meetings, folks, will be a matter of figuring out what we used to call in group dynamics is storming. Trying to figure out which direction we're going, which way the wind's blowing. Got off to a great start tonight.
Yeah. Get it rolling.
Could I ask you guys some help on the picture?
Mine, that might last about 10 minutes.
Oh,
Nothing more. But it's with faces.
So you guys don't go anywhere. I gotta get a picture for so people know who you guys are. Dang it! You can tell me no, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn around.
Actually, I'll go on that side if you guys want to sit here.
Perfect.
And we don't have to move anywhere.
Put anything right in the middle of the El Presidente or the Chairperson. Yeah, that's it.
What's that?
That's
Sit. Okay.
You can go in the middle, there and there.
Okay.
It's your picture, but you want to look good, right? Smile and fake it, right?
Take it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we were talking about doing health out parties and stuff on Friday night or whatever. I think you get more turnout.
I
want to get about it, but I'm not ready to run yet because I haven't started yet.
Yeah, ours have none of them.
You guys
Sounds like it's a position.
Well, it's the first release that was all started in the mail. That was released now. She said, Tuesday morning, we'll start
Where that golf course is going to
Yeah,
be.
not too far.
Hybrid golf course, city range, contract. That's supposed to
See you. So Wednesday starts.
not stated operation.
So I want to get.
I've done my homework. I don't know if you guys know who I am. Carl Hunter. I won the Big World Championship golf course in Arizona. I live on the Grants. There's 7 of us in Idaho who live there. And I love the golf. Don't get me wrong, I'm a golfer. My daughter golfs. She got started with the ADJOURN. It's something.
No, I just want to make sure you guys, I wasn't trying to use, or, I had straight away couldn't do anything, so I wanted to make sure.
Now, where I'm on the same page with you guys so far, so instead I just thought,
This is an old
it
business.
was,
It's got my cell phone
time to
number.
move on.
Right.
So, having him send me a text. So
That would be what we have to define, working on what best direction.
Oh, I can request.
She said she didn't. But, you know, people don't like to hear it. I said,
perfect.
your annual fees are like so low.
I need to put my
It's
name down on
Well, there's no, just one more.
address, yeah, she didn't.
Yep.
Okay, we're good then.
Scott, you want to leave your phone number for Anthony, so you guys want to just put your phone number down? That way it's all.
I just got to pay for something.
I agree. Right now. I'm out trying to reach out.
Or a boss. And I know you're a fan.
I'm retired.
Yeah, well, the Myers. I know the Myers. I ran Lynn's area. You know, I managed the highway part, so I know what the people in the valley.
Yeah, she was a lot.
But when you look at it, because they're technology and top golf, and galaxy golf. So we go by how many people have been here the last couple of years. How many people paid for the last 3 years. You're down almost 3,000. You can say that.
I know that's a fact, you don't know the time. We can handle voices with a mission.
I know.
So, they got all the people out there.
Because if it's modeled kind of correctly, like I said, my golf dues are $5,080 per person, that's me and my wife for a year. That's just to play. And then if I want to bring a cart, you know, I have to pay and have my cart inspected every year to get on that golf. You guys don't fix your price. There's people out there that bring UTV tires and everything
I think good morning.
Just sort of, just the amount of is literally kind of room around here.
What do you do to mitigate that? Absolutely. We had one more time.
We solve it alone, already solved.
Just so we need airport, we gotta get our feet on the road.
These golfers, I've been here 30 years, they shake their foot.
They did.
They kick it over. So I'll just use that. Back in, there's 9 people playing frisbee golf over there at Congress Park. Okay? Why is the 3-hour crossing made $27,000 in just frisbee golf last year? Because Dunes just put a new one in